Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day as per usual. Today the markets were open back from the holiday weekend and we started off with a bit of a bang with the markets dropping down pretty significantly in the early parts of the day. Then we got a little bit of buying coming in and then we had another sell-off into the close and then actually in near the end of the day, and then we got a little bit of buying back into the close. So maybe some short covering after today's sell-off. But overall, the markets continued to be on this buy the dip scenario where these dips that we are getting keep getting bought up. But maybe when we do get a bigger news event or a catalyst that'll push them down into this buy area. Around 460 to 453, that's when we'll be going into the market with some heavy long positions, maybe even the triple leverage ETFs or the quadruple leverage ETFs, right? The 4 times leverage max S&P ETNs, right? So that one is a 4 times leverage ETF for the S&P. It's funny enough, they released these ETFs at the highs of the market. But regardless, we are still looking for a slight pullback into this area. If we don't get it and we just start to break out and we start to take out the highs around 478 on the S&P, then we should start to see a wave 3 develop, which means this wave 2 is already in. But the structure right now looks really good for an ABC pattern, retrace into a wave 2. When we look at Market Cipher, we take a look at the weekly time frame. We actually had some very bearish dual band strength index numbers last week. The momentum waves are starting to curl in this week. However, now we have a 9 and a 4. Looking at the daily time frame, we actually have the momentum waves curling in just a little bit again. And actually, we made a higher high with a lower high on the momentum wave, which is actually quite a big bearish divergence, but we need a red dot to confirm this. We can actually hop over to, let's see if we printed a new candle on the futures. The futures are right here. Let's see. I don't think we printed a new candle. In 8 minutes, we're gonna print a new candle. So maybe if by the end of this video I'm still talking, then I'll take a look at the futures. But for the time being, we're still expecting that wave 2 pullback. Taking a look at wave edge, no significant selling from insiders or institutions. Nothing's really happening at the moment. Even on the smaller time frames, they've already sold. They've been selling into this rally, right? So they've taken their profits. Now we just need a period of a little bit of consolidation, maybe even a little bit of selling before we accumulate again. And once people start to panic and get out of the market, that's probably when you want to get in. But everyone was starting to FOMO around this area, so again, that's probably why we may get another leg down. Let's take a look here at some individual names. I did Ubisoft today. Someone requested it, so I will be covering that. But let's cover ROKU, as we've been following this one for quite a bit of time. This one is like picture perfect. Our account has been doing very well. We ran into resistance, right? Rejected from that area. We even retested it once more before starting to come back down in the ABC correction. Now we're in this final C leg here. Now the C leg should extend down to the 78 to $70 area, at which point this would turn into a very big buy. And I myself may even open a long position once we get to this level here. And once we do get to this level, you definitely want to have your stops in place, because if this fails and the markets break lower and the support doesn't hold, then you don't want to be holding long positions. But right now, everything looks good. Looks good. Nothing to complain about. And yeah, we'll have to see. And looking at the 4-hour, looks like we broke the downtrend here in terms of the RSI. Maybe we'll go back down and retest the support before continuing up. Let's take a look at Ubisoft, or sorry, not Ubisoft, Unity Software. That's what it is. So I actually did some work on Unity here, and I was taking a look at what the whales were doing. And when we zoom out, I like to start off with the larger time frames. On the weekly time frame, we actually have a significant amount of buying happening right around the $33 to $22 level. So big money's average is probably around 27, 28, something like that. And they're probably just waiting for the move to happen, right? They're not letting go of their shares. They're going to be holding that for a while. And on the daily time frame, zooming in on the smaller, time frames, we had them accumulate at the lows here, and then following a 80% rally, big money is started to take a little bit of profit, but it doesn't mean that the move is over. This actually is looking like a very nice count. Potentially our first larger wave 1 is finished here. Maybe I'll make this our primary, and we're going to be looking for a wave 2 finishing up. So actually we are currently in a bit of a wave 2 here. When I look at it, let's get on the smaller time frames, like the 45-minute maybe. This one is a little bit of a lighter stock, I think, but on the lighter volume side. But let's see if what we can do. So yeah, it's probably in the C leg at the moment. Let's do a bit of a count to see where we can estimate where this is going to be finishing. So right around this area, the B should be finished there, and then we'll calculate between. Yeah, you know what? It could come back down to this area here. Where's my rectangle? There we go. So from the 100% to the 1.272. So right around this area, I would be looking for a potential long. And if it does hold, then that's great, But if it doesn't, we can extend it lower as far as the 1.618. Anything further than that, I do not like to trade anymore. I would probably get out and look for a better opportunity in the market. This chart actually really looks like the natural gas chart, which is, funny enough, very, very bullish at the moment. When we zoom out, right, it kind of looks like the nat gas chart, a bit of an accumulation phase, right, before the blast off. And right now, nat gas is starting. It's perking up. It had a very strong move from the lows. 55% move in less than 2 months. Now it's starting to pull back from its highs. What you're probably going to want to look to do with nat gas, I'll just get to it in just a moment here. I think I have the chart right there. So nat gas is in our buy area, and on top of that, it's tagging support right here at $2.85, looking for this to hold. If it does not hold and we break past this low, it could come back once again and try and fade the low around $2.16 before moving higher in its final wave 3. But once this move starts, you do not want to miss it. You want to be on the correct side of the trade, and you want to be holding on to those positions for the long term. Let's take a look at SBUX. We've been doing SBUX for quite a bit of time as well. All right, now SBUX. Smaller time frame. So SBUX is still actually in the buy area. It invalidated it 2 times now, even actually should say 3 times. But there's buyers. They're coming in, and look at today's candle. Significant buying coming in on SBUX. They are the bulls are trying to hold this level here, right? But the bears are pushing down, but the bulls seem to be holding it for the time being. If we get maybe a significant daily closes, then this pattern is now invalidated. The wave 2 could be in, but I really don't like the wave 2 being here. I would like to see a larger wave 2 come up, and then once that happens, I would like the short on SBUX around that at that point. But right now, this is not the time I would be looking for shorts. But looking at the markets, if we do get a drop in the markets, then SBUX could continue down and even pierce this pivot here, which means this move is not done. The wave 1 is not done, or the wave 2 is in here, and we're actually starting a whole new cycle lower. But we'll see, because I'm looking at the charts on the 4-hour time frame, even on the daily, but the 4-hour is showing a lot of significant buying here coming in on SBUX. Even the 1-hour, I think, has significant buying. Yeah. So there's some buying here on SBUX, especially the 4-hour. So the 4-hour, I mean, look at all this. Big money selling, and then look at the price. Decline, 14%. Now look at what the big money is doing. Big money, buying. What do you think is going to happen? All right, so this is just it's a it's a market to just be patient in and just wait for your trades to play out. Let's take a look at natural gas now. So we've been doing a lot of work on nat gas, and I'll pull it up even on Market Cipher because we've been covering it for a long time. Where is it? Nat gas futures right there. I believe this is the futures. No, this is spot. Where are the futures? Nat gas futures. So my trades are usually based on the futures, but we can do work on Pepperstone and stuff like that. That's fine. I don't mind. Every nat gas chart is pretty similar, but the futures have contract rollovers. All right, so let's get on to nat gas here. We'll pull it up. I actually have a nat gas chart here. So again, we're in the buy area for nat gas, and the way we find that is pulling from the bottom of the A wave to the top of it, or where it started, or the finishing of the first wave one, and then you pull it back down to the top of the B wave, and then from there you can calculate your retrace. I think this one moved a little bit, but it's in my buy area. I think we had calculated before from the B wave maybe being down here, I think, or something like that. But regardless, it's in my buy area. And right now, I like the setup. I think it was a little bit higher. Yeah, I think it was on a different chart. That's why it's the price is a little bit different. But that's okay. It's in our buy area, waiting for it to come out of it. Looking at nat gas on the daily time frame, it's showing a bit of a red dot here. So again, this is why we could actually pull back a little bit deeper. So don't be surprised if we do. Looking at the weekly looks finished. The weekly looks like it's about to take off at any moment. We have no more red money flow. We have crossed into the green. We have a green dot confirmation of a low. Monthly time frame is showing a green dot confirmation as well of a potential low, and potential long position on the larger time frames as well. 4 hour could extend a little bit lower. 4 hour looks like it wants to go just a little bit lower. And looking at the 1 hour time frame, yeah, we're pretty near a low on the 1 hour, but right now we actually have a 12% gap down. Let's see what this is all about. Is this a contract rollover? Or were you really gapping down 12%? I don't think we're gapping down 12%. I think we just gapped down from the previous close on that gas. But anyways, yeah, see, it's already in the green. So I don't know what the futures are doing. The futures sold off a significant amount today. And then we'll even take a look at nat gas on wave edge here. I'll show you guys all the what big money is doing. So you can see we'll start off with the larger time frames. Like, look at where big money was buying, right? At the lows. And they're up 44% still, even though they bought down here back last year of April. We're 1 year later and the trade's starting to play out, but the nat gas has significant upside coming for it. And on the daily, there's some selling happening, but it doesn't make up for all the buying that's happened down here. So I think there's just some profit taking at the moment. And this is a future, so I have to double check this on the other charts to see what's going on. Like, I don't see this happening on the other charts. Maybe Pepperstone. Yeah, so Pepperstone has it as well, but not the CFDs here. But the overall, nat gas could be getting a little bit of a pullback. Maybe this is or if we pull back a little bit deeper, then this is maybe our final buying opportunity for nat gas. But I mean, this is something you want to hold for the long term commodities. All right, that's enough for natural gas. Let's get on to oil. So oil here is in its wave 2 still, and could be starting its wave 3. We've been waiting for a very long time, and again, it's just you gotta be patient with what oil is going to do. And if oil does get a big down day, then I expect the markets to have a big down day as well. It could show weakness in the economy, demand problems, stuff like that. But yeah, once it cracks the low at 65, then that's when we are going to get an extension lower, probably in the markets. But until then, right, if nat gas is pumping up here and it's getting ready to break out, that's showing you that maybe oil may not play out like this, and the wave 5 is already finished, right? And we won't get this larger wave 5 a leg down. But you never know. We gotta play the market by ear right now. Very choppy, especially in the oil. Let's take a look at the dollar. So the dollar extended higher today. So again, this is what I was talking about on Friday with the potential markets, potential correction, further extension lower in the markets, is that if the dollar chooses to have another leg up here in an extended B wave up to the 50% retrace or the 618, then at that point, you want to expect the S&P to go lower, which it has started to do. And look at that, the futures are open. So let's just very quickly head over to the futures. Okay, so no, the futures, that's not the futures. Let's just look at the CFD for now. So yeah, it's showing red dot confirmation. Nothing on the NASDAQ, nothing on... Actually, the Dow Jones still has significant green money flow, but red cross on a dual band strength index of 17. And then looking at the daily on the Russell doesn't look good for long yet. I would wait for the Russell to retest potentially 1850 or 1840 before getting into a long on the Russell. And then we'll take a look here. Let's get back to the dollar. So yeah, this is where I see the dollar going in the short term. Looking at the dollar on Market Cipher, yeah, so you still got a further upside coming in the dollar. So don't expect any massive rallies unless you get big economic news that shifts or the entire market. Then at that point, those things are kind of unpredictable, and that's why you always got to be having positions on both sides of the trade. You got to be long, you got to be short. Yeah, and that's basically it for the dollar. I mean, things are looking good for right now for a retrace back up, and you have a green dot confirmation on the weekly time frame showing a temporary low. Okay. All right. Let's take a look here. Finally, at I believe we missed a name. We always do it. NVIDIA. Is it NVIDIA or Apple? I believe it's Apple and NVIDIA. But overall, NVIDIA continues to extend in this wave 3. So just patiently wait for this to finish. You can drop some targets here. So you got the 1.618. You already tagged that. Next level is the 2.618 at 604. So NVIDIA can easily reach this level, and don't be surprised if it does. Right? Lots of buyers in this market. Lots of people wanting to long. They've missed the move. They're following in. Let's take a look here at let me get on the Microsoft, Apple. Apple right here. Apple actually had a down day today. I think it had some bad news come up, and funny enough, I already had the B wave set last week for another retrace down, and it faded the low. So it looks like B wave could be in. If we start to come out of it and fill these gaps and take out this pivot high, that's your B wave, and you're going to finish up in a C leg with a rally in a C wave. So we got a little bit of conflicting charts here with some stocks showing one thing and other stocks showing different things. Right? We got ROKU that should be coming lower, and we got Apple that's set to go higher, which is a market mover. So if Apple goes up, the whole market should go up, which means smaller stocks may not have their targets hit. Right? So we always want to take a look at the bigger stocks first. And I think we'll actually do a bonus. We'll do Tesla. Tesla is in its buy area, and it actually reached the bottom of the range today. And I think I'll just show you guys how we calculated this one too. So I think we did the same thing from the top, and then we drag it down. And for this one being so oversold, I think I just dragged it down to this pivot here, and it was enough for me to just calculate from the, there you go. So from the 100% retrace to the 70.786, I think it was already oversold enough on the RSI, especially on the 4-hour too. So I didn't think that we would tag this range, the 1.272. So just might as well calculate it from the 100% retrace, and that's exactly what we did. So it looks like the wave 2 is in, and now you should be coming up in a wave 3, right? So the chart for Tesla was looking bearish, but this is looking very promising, and we should come out of it intermediate, and we'll set this one as primary. We should come out of it at any moment. But this is the thing with conflicting charts. We got some charts showing we should get a rally, and then we got the indices showing that we could potentially be topping out. So which one's going to be playing out, right? Anyways, that's it for today. If you guys have more stocks that you want me to take a look at, I'll be doing another video tomorrow, and hopefully I can see you guys on the next one.